Before we get into today's video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all are having a wonderful week so far. It is Easter weekend this weekend, Good Friday on Friday. I hope everybody is going to celebrate or get to celebrate, get some time off. Shout out to my people that are working for the holidays. Love you guys and appreciate y'all too. So in today's video, I just wanted to hop in here and give y'all some highlights from the Letecia Stauch case. Now, do you guys remember this? I covered this way back in 2020, but I'm gonna give you guys a rundown. And if y'all haven't been watching this trial, y'all are gonna wanna watch this. This is one that, for me, the quality of the trial footage so far is really bad, but I'm gonna do my best to present it to you guys in a better way. But I'm gonna give you guys a rundown of what happened if y'all aren't all caught up. And then I'm gonna tell y'all some of the highlights that I have found intriguing from the first 2 days of the trial so far of what I have seen. And you guys, this one really hits home for me and probably for a lot of y'all as well. This is so frustrating. And I'm going to tell y'all straight up, the fact that she is even taking this to trial, taking these people through this, taking these family members, these parents, these loved ones through this just shows you what kind of person this woman is.
A manipulative liar. That's how Al Stauch described his ex-wife, Letecia.
Which this is probably a really good place to remind y'all that I am going to be telling you guys about very, very, very public information. It's already out there. I'm going to be filtering it through my own words, my own opinions. I'm not a professional. Please go do your own research, form your own opinions. Everything is alleged. Just don't show hate to anybody anywhere. So for a quick rundown, precious 11-year-old Gannon went missing on January 27th of 2020. And just for a little backstory with him, Gannon was a miracle baby. He was born premature and he was weighing just over 1 pound when he was born. He had a collapsed lung and a feeding tube, but pretty much made a full recovery and grew into a loving, happy little boy. Gannon was in 5th grade and he wanted to be a YouTube gamer. He loved Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario and Legos. He had an 8-year-old little sister at the time that he went missing, and he lived in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina until 2018 when he moved to Colorado to live with his father and his then stepmother, Letecia. And on this weekend at the end of January of 2020, Gannon's father, Al, was in Oklahoma for a National Guard training at the time. Letecia, the stepmother, is pleading not guilty by reason of insanity for being accused that she drove from Colorado to Florida with Gannon's body in a suitcase and then tossed it over a bridge. Bridge workers found the suitcase with Gannon's body still inside about 6 weeks after he went missing. Now, there is so much, you guys. This woman is something else. Ever since she's been arrested, she's been into something. Right now, she is on trial for innocent by reason of insanity. So basically, the way we understand it, she's saying she did it, but she went crazy for a minute. And what we're learning from this trial is that Letecia is claiming that because she had a bad childhood, okay, she was mistreated in all the ways that you guys can imagine. She has issues and she thought she was seeing demons one day. And so she ended up taking the life of her stepson. But we're learning a lot in this trial. We're learning things like how extremely jealous and manipulative and cunning and what a liar this woman was. I mean, the stunts that this woman pulled, allegedly, according to this trial, just what we know so far, is scary. It is so scary that we're on here on a video talking about yet another person like this. And you can only imagine this family. We're going to talk about the father who married her and was serving our country and expecting her to take care of it's just nuts. Now, what they talked about so far in the trial is basically what happened to Gannon.
She carried out actions to kill Gannon, to put his body in a suitcase and hide it, to hide evidence of what she did to Gannon. Told numerous stories to investigators to manipulate the course of the investigation. And finally, to discard Gannon inside that suitcase off of a Florida bridge like garbage. January 27, 2020, Gannon's home, located at 6627 Mandan Drive, here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, turned into the stuff of nightmares. In fact, the one place a little boy like Gannon should have felt the safest, his bedroom, turned into, like I said, the stuff of nightmares. That bedroom is in fact where he was brutally murdered. The defendant attacked him viciously, mercilessly, deliberately, and intentionally. These are exhibits that you'll see from the doctor down in Florida, Dr. Ignacio, when she performed the autopsy. He'll tell you that Gannon suffered 18 wounds to his body, his chest, his back, his head, and most importantly, his arms and his hands. Why is that important? Gannon was fighting for his life, and those were defensive wounds. Next came a crushing blow to his head that was so strong, it fractured his skull like an eggshell. That wasn't enough for this defendant. He retrieved a 9mm handgun, fired it at Gannon 3 times. 2 bullets struck the pillow near him and were caught in the fibers of that pillow. That 3rd bullet entered his jaw, traveled through his head, fracturing his mandible, his vertebrae, hitting his spinal cord, and lodged in the back of his head and was recovered at autopsy. Gannon's life drained from his body, drop by drop. The photo that's on the screen right now is a picture of his bedroom. Same corner where he was in that picture, or where you'll see him in the picture in the bed. Each one of those markers signifies a small blood drop that splattered across his wall. It ran down the corner of his mattress, soaked through the carpet padding, and puddled on the concrete foundation below that carpet.
And then they said Letecia tried to scrub the carpet up. She tried to scrub the carpet up. She cut up pieces. She tried to clean everything. And she tried to hide the mess. This is when they're saying that she took Gannon's body. She stuffed it in a suitcase, then went and took the suitcase, put the suitcase in their storage shed, come back later, and then called the police and reported him missing, saying that he had went to a friend's house. When Gannon's father got up there to testify, and they don't show his face so far from what I've seen, but Gannon's father, Al, talked about remembering like it was yesterday what his last words to his son were.
Did you say anything to him?
Yeah, he was, we were at the top of the stairs, and I was getting ready to leave with Mom, and me and Gannon were at the top of the stairs, and I just gave him a hug, and I always used to rub my fingers through his hair, and just told him I love you, and something I would always tell the kids when I had to leave or when they would go back to their mom's house was like, you know, you're always going to be in my heart, and I'm always going to be in your heart. And I'll see you when I get back. And he's like, okay, Daddy, love you, and I'm going to finish watching Pokemon. I remember it like it was yesterday. Yep.
He talked about how Gannon loved Mario and Legos. And then he talked about this, which, it just bothered me, you guys. He talked about the fact that Gannon loved and trusted his stepmom.
How would you describe that relationship?
Trusting. I'm comfortable saying I think he had love in his heart for her. I don't think he was afraid of her or any fear for her. One of the things about Gannon that is special, and I think it's special about a lot of young boys, he absolutely loved his mom. And he had some of that same love for Tisha too.
That hurts my heart so bad just to hear that, because I could see this little boy. A lot of y'all have children. You know how kids are, especially at 11. They take you for who you are, right? You could be the worst person in the world, but if you're nice to them, you're nice to them, right? They don't see past that yet. They have not humanized adults yet. Adults are still like these figures in little children's minds. And so you can imagine Gannon trusting her. And then when I heard that, it reminded me of the video. Do y'all remember when people were accusing Letecia, when in that time frame before she was arrested, of doing something with him? And she ended up releasing the video of her telling Gannon that because he spilt some wax, some candle wax, they were going to have to sell the couch so they didn't get kicked out of their home. Listen to this as a refresher.
You'll hear her as she manipulated Gannon, putting guilt on him for some mistake that the child made. And in that recording, you'll hear Gannon say in his own words, "I'm just worried about my burns."
Two, I just don't know what to do.
Information.
Gannon, I promise it's the last time I'm gonna ask you. I'm just freaked out, okay? Are you sure you didn't do it on purpose? Okay, we promise. You promise. Pinky promise. Okay, all right, so listen. We're gonna have to sell stuff to fix it, okay? So we figure out what we gotta sell. We can sell the sofa, we can sell whatever, because we gotta get it fixed. So lady, don't be mad at us and kick us out of the house. Okay? You got it? You got it?
I'm just worried about my friend.
Okay, shh, listen. So tomorrow,
That alone, in my opinion, is psychological abuse. And towards the end of the video, Gannon says, "I'm just worried about my burns."
listen, we're gonna have to sell stuff to fix it. Okay? So we figure out what we gotta sell. We can sell the sofa, we can sell whatever, because we gotta get it fixed. So lady, don't be mad at us and kick us out of the house. Okay? You got it? You got it?
I'm just worried about my friend.
Okay, shh, listen. So tomorrow,
And she immediately shushes him away and begins talking about this weird plan of manipulation, literally making this little boy think that they're going to have to sell their furniture so they don't get kicked out of the house. Like, that is so scary to hear somebody talking to a child like that. Then he went on to talking about his relationship with Letecia. And listening to him tell these stories about his relationship with her is like watching a scary movie. And you know how when you're seeing the bad guy coming down the hall and the person's just like on their phone and you're screaming at the television, like, move out of the way. That's what it was like listening to him tell these stories. He missed so many red flags. And by no means is the father at fault at any of this, okay? However, this woman, Letecia, in my opinion, showed him all the red flags that he should have gotten away from her. And he just kept being manipulated. She was extremely cunning and manipulative to him. And she basically isolated him from family members and even work environments and stuff like that. And it's just crazy for him to hear him talk about it afterwards. She was extremely controlling and jealous in the relationship. And he even talked about the situation with him being sent over to Alaska to work and her throwing a fit, her not wanting him to go. And when she came over there, she just talked about how she hated Alaska to the point that she was saying like, we should just give Alaska back to Russia. Cause just like, this is like her personality. Just like if she's not the center of attention, if she's not in control with something, she sounded very hateful. She caused all kinds of problems with Al's job. Letecia accused one of his employees of harassing her when he basically just leaned in a window. She faked pregnancy. She even showed him photos of twins of an ultrasound and told him she was pregnant with twins. It was all a lie. And this one bothers me so much. Like, why did he not get out from this? She would even fake break-ins to their home. I mean, she went to the extent of one point of like talking about somebody breaking into the home and shooting a firearm and like all of this stuff, and him coming home immediately to try to figure out what was going on in the house and how he he could protect his family, and him starting to put the pieces together and going, wait a minute, this doesn't add up. So he confronts her, and she admits that she made it all up.
That gun had been fired in that window well in the basement.
No, sir.
Did the defendant ever admit to you that she made up those burglary claims?
Yes, sir.
What did she say?
I don't remember specifics, but I don't know how much you want me to elaborate, but I had to do some digging, and eventually I found out that most of the stories she had told was just not accurate, and then she finally admitted to making up the claims of break-ins. I don't remember if she gave a reason why either.
In your mind, was that another attempt or attempts at manipulating what was happening in your relationship?
Absolutely.
Who does that? Do y'all do? I mean, can you imagine your spouse being at work and you're just sitting around the house like this? I'm bored. What am I going to do? I need some attention. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to fake a whole robbery and tossing over couches and then call my spouse in a panic. And like, what? If you do that type of thing, please get some help. Get some help. It will be better for you and everybody else in your life, because oh my gosh. Gannon's father even talked about the fact that she said that Gannon had it out for her. Now, this is why this is all kind of starting to, in my opinion, pull it together, right? Because she's got all these issues with everybody. She's got an issue with his job. She's got an issue with the people at his job. She's got an issue with dang near the home when it's by itself. She's faking break-in. She's just got all these issues. She's constantly needing drama, constantly needing attention. But then she starts bringing it around to saying that Al's own son had it out against her, 11-year-old Gannon. And she even told Al that Gannon threatened her with a knife.
Ever witness Gannon displaying any behavior that would support the claim that Gannon had it out for the defendant?
Absolutely not, towards no one. I absolutely never witnessed that, period.
And this is when he said he never believed it. And hindsight's always 20/20, right? Hindsight's 20/20. So these are the things that I found the most interesting of the trial so far. I am going to continue to watch this. What do you guys think? Have y'all been watching it? Let me know down below. Other than that, I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Let me know what you guys think down below. I love you guys. Thank y'all again for being here, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.